Beverly Hillbillies, a great sitcom, was one of my favorites. It was a story of a family from the Ozarks finding oil on their land, making millions of dollars, moving to Beverly Hills, where they didn't quite fit in with their swanky neighbors. Anyway, one day, Granny, the matriarch of the clan, was out by the cement pond in the backyard, as she called the swimming pool, with her big kettle, and she was brewing up something. What was she brewing up? Well, she was brewing up some soap. How was she doing that? By taking ashes from a wood fire, mixing it with fat. The fat she used actually was possum fat, because the Clampetts had a rather interesting diet. They would eat possums. As I said, didn't quite fit in Beverly Hills. Well, what an interesting story soap is, though. It goes back to the ancient Babylonians, who found that mixing the ashes from a wood fire with any kind of a fat would result in this substance that foamed, and it would clean clothes. Today we understand what is going on. Ashes from a fire contain lye, which is either potassium hydroxide or sodium hydroxide, and that reacts with fat. And you get these long molecules we call soap. One end dissolves in water, the other end dissolves in grease, and you can rinse away the dirt, which is generally embedded in the grease. But soap manufacture was very difficult because to do it on a large scale, you had to have a lot of lye. And extracting that from ashes or from seaweed was difficult. And it wasn't very popular. I mean, Queen Elizabeth I took a bath every month, she said, whether she needed it or not, because soap was so scarce. However, in the late 18th century, Nicolas Leblanc, a French surgeon who dabbled in chemistry, found a way to take brine, that is seawater, reacted with sulfuric acid, and then treat that with calcium hydroxide, and he produced lime, sodium hydroxide, and that made soap manufacture much easier. The basic process is still the same today, except that the Leblanc process has been replaced by another one called the Solvay process, because Leblanc's process was environmentally unfriendly. It produced a lot of noxious gases. So today, soap is made by taking lye, mixing it with animal fat. However, there's a myth that goes around that soap was actually discovered by ancient Roman women who used to wash their clothes in the Tiber River. At the bottom of a mountain where animal sacrifices were made, and the fat from the animals mixed with the ashes from the fire, rain washed it down into the river began to suds, and that's how they discovered soap. No, that is not true. Soap was discovered long before that by the ancient Babylonians. Now, I hope we have cleaned up that myth for you. And that's the story of soap.